Hi, my name is Chris Call and I'm a student in the Asian Studies program at Kansai Gaidai this semester. My video project is on Miyamoto Musashi's duels in Kyoto. Miyamoto Musashi is perhaps the most famous samurai to have ever lived. He is the author of Gorin no Sho, the Book of Five Rings, which is originally a strategy guide to swordsmanship, but it also is now used by businessmen around the world for strategies about business and business deals. So, Miyamoto Musashi was born in a town called Miyamoto, which is slightly northwest of Himeji, in 1584. He comes from a family of martial artists, and during his late teens and early 20s, he left home and went on a quest to defeat all the major martial artists in Japan. In 1604, he challenged the great Yoshioka family in Kyoto. The Yoshioka family was probably the best school of swordsmanship in Kyoto at the time. Miyamoto Musashi and the oldest brother, Yoshioka Seijiro, had a duel on the outskirts of Kyoto in the town called Rendaino, and the probable place of the duel was Rendaiji Temple. Musashi told Seijiro to show up at this and this time and place. So Seijiro and his gang showed up for the duel. Musashi was late. This is part of his strategy. This enraged Seijiro and caused him to act erratically. So eventually Musashi shows up and Seijiro just charges him. Musashi defeats Seijiro with one blow to the collarbone with a wooden sword. Seijiro was knocked out, unconscious, and unable to fight. After this, Seijiro was so embarrassed that his family's art failed that he shaved his head and became a monk. After this, Yoshioka Denshijiro, Seijiro's younger brother, challenges Musashi to a duel. Their duel takes place on the outskirts of Sanju Sangendo temple in Chichijo. Here's a video of Sanju Sangendo and where the duel probably took place.
Slowly just try to ignite a Roman candlestick. We're
Yoshioka Denshijiro, of course, shows up on time, carrying a very ornate and heavy staff to use as a weapon against Musashi. Musashi shows up late again, and this enrages Yoshioka. The battle begins, and over the course of battle, Musashi comes into possession of the staff and delivers a fatal blow to Denshijiro. After this, the Yoshioka students plot an ambush against Musashi at a place called Ichigoji because they were so mad that their leaders were defeated. So hundreds of Yoshioka students surround Musashi, and Musashi orders them to leave, to be like spectators and go home, and he wouldn't hurt them. They ignore him and attack Musashi. Musashi defeats them all and walks away without a scratch. You can visit this place. It's in the town of Ichigoji in Kyoto. There's a stone that commemorates the battle and a pine tree. The pine tree is mentioned in the writings about the ambush there. Today it's the 4th generation pine tree. If you walk up the hill a little bit from the memorial, there's a shrine called Hachidai Jinja, in which you can visit a piece of the original pine tree, or so they say. There's also a statue of Miyamoto Musashi there. Here are videos of Ichigoji and Hachidai Jinja. So I found the shrine with the piece of the original pine tree from when Musashi fought the Yoshioka disciples. Here it is. There's a bit of a glare from the glass, but maybe if I go up close you can see a piece of it. Hopefully you can see that. And if we read the sign, Sagari Matsu. This ancient piece of wood was a section of a pine tree called Sagari Matsu here in Ichigoji in 1604, when the splendid swordsman Miyamoto Musashi fought around it and won that day against the Yoshioka family, famous for skilled fencers. And here's a statue of Miyamoto Musashi at the shrine. Here's with the two swords. His sword school was famous for fighting with both the short sword and the long sword. So here's the shrine. It's a really cool shrine. I like it a lot. And if we look at the emma over here, they sell emma with Miyamoto Musashi on them. Let's see if I can zoom in. There he is. Alright. As you can see, I did not have to travel far for my project. Everything was within an hour away from my seminar house in Kansai Gaidai. I enjoyed this project very much, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. Study Miyamoto Musashi and go to the places that he visited and fought at. So I hope you enjoyed my project as much as I did. Bye.